All right, chat. So you asked me, what about my band teacher revenge story? So we got to pull the clock back a long time ago, back when I was like in grade 6, grade 7, okay? This is when I was a kid. So when I was a kid, surprise, surprise, I was very smart, I was very talented, I was very athletic, and I was living in an area where I got bullied a lot. And the reason I got bullied a lot was because my parents were a different religion than the rest of the people that lived in that town. Okay, so and my parents were very financially successful with their businesses. All right, so like I got a lot of hate because the parents hated my parents, and therefore they would talk shit about my parents to the kids, and therefore the kids would think it was okay to talk shit about me, and it's just one of those bad cycles. Okay. But long story short, one of the worst offenders, okay, one of the people that gave me the most shit as like an adult was this band teacher, okay? Because I was good at playing the trumpet, right? But she would consistently do stuff to like give me third trumpet, give me like fourth trumpet, give me like the worst possible like playing things, even though I was playing like one of the best in the class kind of thing. She constantly give me shit during school. She would constantly try to give me the worst possible grade she could give me. Now it was not hard for me to get 100% because I'm the kind of guy that would do everything perfect. Like I was just that kind of kid. But like whatever she could, whenever I would do written or I would do stuff that was like empirically you would have no influence on the answer, I would get 100%, 99%, 98%, right? When the answers were black and white. Whenever I would do something that would have her influence, would have her opinion on it, I would get like C's and B's, and sometimes she tried to push for D's until like my parents fought her on it kind of thing. So like she was a bitch. I put up with her for 2 years, and then all of a sudden, in grade 8, we got this amazing band teacher, okay? I don't remember the guy's name, but he was amazing. And the second I got into his class, I started getting like first trumpet, I started getting like high grades in music, everything was wonderful. And it actually really, really inspired me to like continue on with music into high school. I really, really love music, okay? And when we got to high school, that teacher followed us into high school, into the grade 9 and 10. I'm like, oh, this is awesome. This is amazing. I love this, right? We went to like national competitions. We did so much stuff together. I love this teacher, okay? And then in grade 11, he got replaced. He got replaced by that same female teacher that I had back in that grade school stuff that. And when she came on in, she immediately restructured the music department, and she had her like tryouts of like who was good enough for the music thing. And it just so happened that, oh, well, Jake, I think you're only good enough for like third and fourth trumpet. I'm gonna go ahead and give first and second to these girls and these guys that are like from our religion. So like they're just doing so much better than you. Here you go. So I quit band. I absolutely quit band. I was done with it, all that kind of stuff. But then my parents told me that year that we were going to move. I'm like, oh, we're gonna move? And they're like, yeah, we're moving 1,000 miles away from like where we're currently living. We're never gonna see any of these assholes in this place ever again. We're not gonna have to deal with the religious bullshit ever again. So that we are getting away from this. And I'm like, awesome, that's great. You know what? Fuck this teacher. So I went ahead and I went to a public library. Okay, I went ahead and I made a fake email account. Okay, at that public library. Okay, I went ahead and selected the Eric Carmen "You're a Fucking Bitch" song from YouTube. Well, 'cause I'm the bitch, she's a big fat bitch, she's the biggest bitch in the whole wide world. I downloaded it as attachment, put it in the email, put in the teacher's email, and I put in there's just like, hey, from Allison, and from Jonathan, and from all the people in your band class that were those like special kids, stuff like that, the ones that she loved, from us to you with much love. And I sent it. And I sent that like halfway through the year. And she got that email. And all hell broke loose, okay? I didn't have to deal with it for a while. But like all hell broke loose that they did an investigation. They did like a cyber ops on it and all this kind of shit, right? And they just started backtracking. Like, yeah, evil shit. And they went and gave hell to these kids that were like her favorites of that, because they're just like, hey, this came from you guys. And they're like, no, it didn't. It's like, okay, well, this has like an untraceable email and all this kind of stuff. It's got to be from you guys. And they're like, it totally wasn't from us. So they spend like, I would say the better part of 3 months tracking it down. And the only reason, okay, the only reason that I got caught, okay, because the library I didn't have any security cameras, stuff like that, right? When I went ahead and I went to the library, right? I didn't even put down my real name. I put down their name, right? But the librarian recognized me. She remember, like, because I used to go there and play RuneScape on those computers all the time. So on the date in question, she didn't see any of those kids there, but she saw me go there. So I put in a false name, false email, at a public Wi-Fi, public computer, sent it through, caused all that shit. The only reason why I got caught was because she eyewitnessed me going there that day, kind of thing. And honestly, as a kid, I probably could have fought it if I like thought about it, so that, but like I got caught. Long story short, okay? So long story short, this is during the time of like the Columbine shootings, okay? And like all these like school shootings going down in the United States. So the second that they found out that I had sent this, and it's like, oh wait, the kid that all these students have been bullying for like the past 10 years did this. Oh no, we're gonna go ahead and have a Columbine shooting at our high school. We gotta lock this shit down. Hey Jik, how are you doing, buddy? I'm like, I'm doing good. And they're just like, okay, hey buddy, we're gonna go ahead and send you to empathy class. And I'm like, why are you sending me to empathy class? And they're just like, oh well, we're gonna like use you as a student like supporter, and we want to train you to be able to teach other students about empathy. And I'm just like, okay, I don't want to do that. And they're like, but there's chocolate milk there and snacks. And I'm like, I'm good for chocolate milk and snacks. Yeah, let's go get some chocolate milk and snacks. So I went to these empathy classes, and looking back on it, they were probably just evaluating me of whether or not I had empathy or not. And I did. Like, I'm a very empathetic person, stuff like that. And they ended up suspending me. And I'm just like, okay, well, can I still do my schoolwork at home? Because like I'm trying to get good grades. And they're just like, this is really weird. Usually when we suspend students, they don't want to do homework while they're gone. And I'm just like, yeah, I am like a straight A student that's going for good things. These assholes are just fucking with me. And they're like, okay, this is weird. Yeah, sure, you can take the schoolwork home. I'm like, okay, cool. So I take the schoolwork home, and then that's all I heard about it from my end. From my mother's end, apparently she went into the meetings with like the parents, with the principal and all this kind of shit. And my mom's just like, yeah, you're all a bunch of fucking assholes. And you're lucky that Jik only snapped at this one teacher after being like tortured by you fucking kids for like the last 10 years. So you guys can go fuck yourself. I'm taking my son in like 2 weeks, like completely away from all of you. So go fuck yourself. Yeah, no, exactly. Like I was the kind of kid that I like school. I really did like school. So like when they suspended me, I'm just like, oh, okay, but could I take all my schoolwork home? Like I still want to study and learn. Or like, can I still come to school and like do schoolwork at school? And that's the story about how I got revenge on my band teacher. I sent her an untraceable email with something calling her a stupid fucking bitch, and got all the kids associated with her investigated for like 3 months before they figured out it was me.